Welcome back, y'all, to another Parkour News. And of course, we're talking about the STORRORS situation a little bit more. A little bit more information has come out, and I've kind of done some digging and found some more things of other people who've commented on it, and theories and some comments that I've made from people across the community. So I'll be going through that towards the end of the video. But this first half, I'm going to be going through just these comments that somebody has made on Instagram, talking about the situation and basically saying exactly what I've been saying in my last couple of views, that other people have known and just swept it under the rug. So here's literally the first comment. He commented on somebody's post talking about the situation and saying that they're disgusted with Store and how they've been an influence on them for the last 14 years. But he goes on to say, bro, him being a nonce has been knowledge for at least 8 years. Everyone just chose to ignore it. I literally saw a photo Caroline took, Caroline being Mercedes now, Caroline took of his laptop displaying labeled folders containing photos or of her younger siblings getting changed, with the photos being taken through the gap in the door. And then people replying to him asking if he considered speaking to the police, and then he replies with, that evidence no longer exists. That was 8 years ago, and I'm no longer in contact with either girls that had evidence. Caroline, I know, has already released her own statement, and I posted that in the last video as well, or it might be one of the last videos. And they go on to ask who Caroline is, and he replies with, she doesn't go by that name anymore. She's an OF girl now. She goes by Mercedes, quote unquote. She's done a story explaining how she told the Storer boys almost 10 years ago, and they laughed her off and dismissed her as if it never happened, and basically saying she made it all up. To another reply to somebody else, he said they all knew. His first victim told them nearly 10 years ago, and they laughed her off, talking about Mercedes or Caroline. He goes on to state, I was dating her best friend at the exact same time, and Callum was staying at his house most days because she lived 5 minutes down the road from him, and he wasn't able to stay at hers. I saw the folders he had on his laptop with my own eyes. Me and my pals even told them about him and were also ignored. Excuse me, I am skipping over the things where he's like made the same reply to multiple people, so I'm not trying to repeat myself. Somebody asking him if just saying you have eyewitness is, or you realize you have an eyewitness testimony, that's not nothing. You could get involved the case against him and collaborate what she's saying. And then he goes on to say, I do agree, but the evidence they found on his person is more than enough. 3,000 images, and that's just what they found with him. Over an 8-year time frame, there would have been thousands and thousands more that he had deleted over and over again. This was just his current stash. I'm more interested to know how he was caught, who made the call, what made them make this call. And I'm right there with him. I'm curious to know like how he got caught, who put him on blast, and like why they made the call. What was the what was the deciding factor on what made them make the decision to call somebody or put it out there for him to get caught. And this is somebody replying to Kieran, and it's a little bit of a back and forth exchange between the commenter and Kieran. So I'm starting with the commenter. You literally said in your last comment that you saw the folder with your own eyes. I know what you do or don't know. Wait, I don't know what you know or don't know. I'm just going off of what you said. Few of the members have been my close friends for years. Callum, I wasn't close with, knew of, but I was with them yesterday, and seeing the effects it's having on them is horrific. I'm not defending them. If they actually knew, they are just as bad. And so would you be for knowing all this time doing nothing. That was, I don't know if that's the proper verbiage, but we're going to go with it. No defending him either. When I see Callum, it's fully on site, 0 questions asked. And then Kieran goes on to reply, okay, tough man. You're basing your judgments off a few comments I've made on Instagram. There's also a lot I haven't said. I feel the rest of the group are more shocked at the fact that it's come to light, and they realize their reputation and brand could very well be over. They also have to act shocked regardless. I'd say I was closest with Callum and Sash, as I trained with them the most out of the whole group. But I also knew the whole group, and I did try to make them aware. They chose to ignore. Not sure if you remember what Store Boys were like 10 years ago, but most of their content / them as people were quite bullyish. They only changed as popularity grew. I did what I could and defended a person I know to be a victim of him as much as I could at the time, while respecting her decision of not wanting the world to know what happened. It's a fine line and a large gray area. I was only like 21 and only cared about jumping on walls. Clearly, I didn't really understand the severity at the time. Also, over the years, you assume it may have been a one-off. As I say, I knew Callum and trained with him often. He seemed like a normal guy, so naturally you assume over time that it may have just been a bad breakup and things got said. Him now pleading guilty shows a different light. I did what I thought was right at the time, but that's hindsight, isn't it? There's always times we look back and think, I could have done more. Man, and so like that's the crazy part, because even somebody close to them, like the dude literally lived with this guy, and he's saying, I feel the rest of the group is more shocked at the fact that it's come to light. Like, that's a crazy statement. They're not shocked at the fact that their friend fucking is a CP, you feel me? And they're more shocked at the fact that it's come to light. And then another crazy statement is they also have to act shocked regardless. Like, what do you mean they have to act shocked? No, condemn him, make it publicly known that you're condemning him, and don't sit there and stay silent. Like, he's already pled guilty. And like, I don't believe it for 1 second, especially after this. They knew 8 years ago. You can't say that you just found out that when he pled guilty. Like, it's bullshit. And I guess that's where I'll open up the discussion. Like, what do you guys think about the situation? Like, what do you guys think about those comments from somebody who's lived with him for 8 years, dated literally the chick who got the pictures on her phone? He's seen the folders by like with his own eyes 8 years ago, and everybody just chose to blatantly ignore it for at least 8 years. And this is another person coming out, and it's a guy. It's not no female breakup shit or whatever. Like, this is a dude talking about the situation. So, I mean, unless Callum was into some other shit, which couldn't put it past him at this point, because clearly he was into some freaky shit, including kids and dogs. So, who fucking knows? But yeah, it's freaking crazy. And then that just goes to confirm something that like was brought up in the comment section, was that if it happened 10 years ago, 8 years ago, AI wasn't a thing. AI was a thing, but it wasn't good enough to create these kind of images with 8 years ago. Shit, even 5 years ago. So, I mean, that's not really even an excuse. So if that's the case, like, where does he, like, clearly I'm baffled, bro. clearly he did have physical things that he did. He literally had videos of his girlfriend's little siblings from this guy's account. And he had it in his computer 8 years ago. So who's to say that he didn't actually have stuff himself? Because we have one claim now that says that he did, and he got it by recording through the crack of a door. And 3 people now who said that they've seen the files themselves with their own eyes. There's no proof of actually having seen the files, and there's no word of how he actually got caught, who made the call on him. That is something that I would still like to know, and I'm still trying to figure out, but I also understand for the safety of the person that called him out, they probably aren't going to release that information at least anytime soon. And yeah, so like I don't fully know how to feel about it, because it's crazy that we know now that it's been happening for 8 years and nobody did anything about it. I understand in the context of not wanting to say anything or not doing it yourself because it didn't happen to you, and the victim should be the one that speaks out and da-da-da-da-da. But I mean, if you continued to train with him, I feel like that's also a part of the problem, personally speaking. But yeah, you guys, what do you guys think? How do you guys feel? Every time I find new information, I just am left baffled, because I genuinely don't know why more people aren't speaking out about it, why more people aren't talking about it, why so many people are scared on the internet to have a discussion about it. We don't know what's going on. Say something. Put your thoughts down in the comments below, so that way we can see what other people are thinking about the situation. And I hope there aren't as many people involved as I'm starting to think there are. So let me know what you guys think down below. I appreciate you guys for watching it, kicking it. I appreciate all the love on the last video, on the videos before that. And I will do my best to keep you guys posted and updated every day on the situation and as information comes out. So see you guys in the next one. Appreciate you guys. Bread and butter, y'all. Peace.